Just Cause 4 is about sandbox insanity. Everything you love from Just Cause 3 is back, but it's so much better. And on top of that, we have completely a new layer of experimentation, physics and features, going all the way through the world of Solis. So we wanted to offer a feeling of diversity and discovery to players. And that's why we decided to take South America as an inspiration. It's one of the few places in the world where you can transition seamlessly from a rainforest to a desert, to grasslands, to alpine. Those are all biomes that we feel that we feature in Solis. They are starkly different from each other, both in terms of what you see and what you do. You may have noticed that this time around we featured these big boys. So you're gonna have a tornado roaming through the grasslands, a sandstorm in the desert, a blizzard in the alpine, and torrential storms in the rainforest, complete with lightning strikes. When it comes to the story, Solis is the place of birth of the Black Hand. So we wanted to have an anchor to the previous games and the lore of the game. But beyond this, talking about the narrative a little bit, we wanted to have something with a little bit more depth than the previous games. And this time around, you are going to get to know something more about Rico. It's a character that begins to acquire some depth, and that's something that I'm pretty sure our players will appreciate. So Just Cause 4 uses a new engine. It's called the Apex engine, so new possibilities to explore if you want. The focus and the center of our Just Cause is the sandbox. It's a sandbox that is based on physics. So wind allows us to create gameplay out of thin air. With Rico, it becomes a fundamental part of the traversal system because you got a wingsuit, you got a parachute, and they naturally interact with wind, so it's pretty easy to grok as a thing. We want to be over the top. How do you make wind over the top? Maybe with a tornado, maybe with a sandstorm. That's how the idea was born. You're free to roam the open world and you see this tornado in the distance, so you're free to go there and play with it. We don't want to punish player for just trying to experiment with the world. So this is a game where if something explodes just next to you, we don't kill the player. Okay, screen goes red. So if another explosion happens, or if you take a bullet, yes, you're gonna die because there's nonetheless challenge. But there's also the invitation to, push the limit and push you to experiment with the world. So you can go close to the tornado. Things are gonna be very, very hard for you. You can master those mechanics even if you're there, but if you do not want to, maybe you don't go 20 meters close to it, you stay 60 meters away and you just have fun throwing things inside it, right? The tornado brings with him what we call destructive wind. Okay, so as it works through the grasslands, you reap the extraction again because that wind is actually a physicalized force, so it takes things with it. To make it work properly, that implied that we needed to implement yet another feature under the hood, that's aerodynamics. So we have proper aerodynamics applied to any object into the world. That was make that believable, natural, and easy to understand. You will discover that lightning always hit either the highest vehicle or character on screen, including Rico. It means that if you are wingsuiting or parachuting in an area where there is a lightning storm, your life is going to be hard. Unless there is a chopper above you, there is quite a probability that you get hit by a lightning. Yeah, when it comes to the grappling hook, we really wanted to step up its ability to play with the physics in the world. And the reason is that in Just Cause 3, we had added this little feature called retract that allowed you to decide when two tethered objects will retract against each other. It was a small feature, but people loved it and they use it a lot to fiddle within the physics. Doubling down on that one has meant giving new abilities attached to the grappling hook, so here the boosters and you got the airlifters, and then building upon that, giving the player the ability to modify the way that this works. And at the end of the day, you'll find that you will have quite a big combinatory, so there is quite a high number of different possibilities to create your grappling hook loadout. Our lead designer loved to say, I can guarantee that after 10 hours of playing the game, not you players will have the same grappling hook loadout. We wanted to make sure that we were giving a fantastic single player experience, so that's what we focused upon. I don't exclude that there could be some multiplayer later on. So the game is slated to be on the shelves on December the 4th. It's going to be available for Xbox, PlayStation and PC.